Hello and welcome to another video for 11 plus maths, and this is by Arch Education again. And today we're talking about areas, surface areas and volumes of various things, various kind of shapes. Okay, 2D shapes. I've written down the shapes here. Rectangle, how do you find its area? Is you do side 1 times side 2. When I say side 1, side 2, people, this could be length and the width, or sometimes we use base times height. So whatever the two sides of rectangle are, you times, this is your side 1, that's your side 2, multiply them together to find the area. Okay, unit is in centimeters, square units. Square, it is the side times the side, because the square, all the sides are equal, the two adjacent sides are same, so just square that side, whatever you're given with this. Okay, triangle, it is the base times height and divide by 2. Sometimes we call it half times base times height. And guys, base is generally the side at the bottom, and height is the perpendicular distance, okay, in the triangle. And the circle is important. This is a round shape. It has got a line which is from the center to any point of the circle. It's called radius. Okay, and if you double that line, if you do a line passing through the center and touch the circle at 2 points, it's called the diameter. And diameter is twice of the radius, and the area of the circle is equal to pi times radius squared. Okay, trapezium is a shape which has two parallel sides and two non-parallel sides, and if you call this parallel sides A and B, or we just do add the parallel sides, okay, then you do half of that and times by the height or the distance between the parallel sides. Okay, this is memory, people. You have to memorize these, for exam purposes, so that you can use them and work them properly. The perimeter is generally you add all the sides and that's it. Okay, in a rectangle you can add length and the width, then double it. Okay, sometimes you can have some problems which they use this step. Otherwise, square will be 4 times the side. Triangle, you add all the 3 sides. Circle, the perimeter is called the circumference, and it is 2 times pi times the radius, or because you know that radius is double of diameter is double of the radius, sometimes you can just say it was pi times d. Okay, use whichever formula you seem appropriate in that case. All right, guys. Okay, so this is how we find the areas. Now I'm going to move on quickly to do something. I mean, obviously rest is the numbers, people. Okay, I'll just do a couple of examples of the circles with you. Right, I'll explain what pi is. Okay, so area of the circle is pi times radius squared, which is pi times 5 squared, which is 25 times pi, and pi equals 3.14. Once again, this is memory. We have to memorize this. Okay, so this will be 3.14 times 25, whatever that number is, centimeters squared. Right, and the same question, circumference for this circle, it will be, because it's a radius, I can use this formula which is says 2 times pi times r, so that will be 2 times pi times 5, so 2 times 3.14 times 5, and that gives me 10 times 3.14, it's 31.4 centimeter. This is just the centimeters because this is the radius anyway. Alright, guys, we're moving on, and we're going to talk about now the surface area of 3D shapes. So we're coming on to surface area of 3D shapes. Right, so there are 2 types of 3-dimensional shapes you need to know the surface area for. And first of all, guys, cube or cuboid will have 6 surfaces. That means I have to add area of all the 6 surfaces, and triangular prism will have 5 surfaces. So we have to find area of these 5 surfaces and add them all together. Okay, so we do them in order. Then just write down all the type of surfaces here if we have. Thank you. Alright, so let's learn here, guys. This is the front. That's the rectangle I'm talking about. Okay, so it's got 10 this way. Let's call this 6 the same, so 6 this way as well. So the area is 10 times 6 is 60 centimeters square, and the back, which is that back side, which is exactly the same as this, so that will be 60 centimeters square as well. For the top, which we're looking at over here, guys, this shape which doesn't look like a rectangle, but it is a rectangle as well, and this is 10 on this side and it is 4 on that side, so it is 10 times 4, and that is 40 centimeters square, and bottom, the floor is exactly the same as this, that is 40 centimeters square as well. Come on to the side now. Once again, this shape which doesn't look like a rectangle, but this is a 4 and a 6 there. Side is 4 times 6, 24 centimeters square, and this is 24 centimeters square as well, and we add them together to find the total area, and similarly we find the faces for these and find the total surface area of this as well. So right, for this is 248, obviously you add it. Okay, this one is the front triangle. Triangle is base times height, which is 4 times 3, then do half of that, that gives me 6 centimeters square. Triangle at the back, same as this, so it is 6 centimeters square as well. Side rectangle, let's talk about this one. Okay, this is, I mean, we should have this side as well. Okay, this is, let's say 5. Okay, right, so this will be something different. It could be anything, guys, but I've given you this as 5. Okay, this is, that will be 5 times 12, right? So this is 5 times 10, 5 times 10 equals 50 centimeters square. We're just taking this number as anything. Okay, this value will be different though. That's okay. So the side rectangle at the other side will be 5 times 10 as well, same as this one. So the base is a rectangle as well, 4 and 10, that will be 4 times 10, so 40 centimeters square. So if these were the values given to you in this triangular prism, that's how you find the total surface area of this. Okay, these values obviously can be different. I know for a fact, guys, that if that's 3, that's 4, this value has to be something different. This will be less than 5, but anyway, we can talk about that later. So add them all together, that will be total surface area of this triangular prism. Right, guys, the next skill you learn is volume for prism. First of all, let me explain to you what a prism is. Prism is a 3-dimensional shape which does not change its cross section as we go through the length of the shape. That means cylinder. This is a cylinder, obviously. I have done the right headings wrong. Okay, what is the cross section? This is the face of the cylinder. That's a circle. So a volume of a prism is, it is area of cross section. Cross section is the face you see for a prism, like a Pringles jar. If you put it upside down, you see a circle on the top. That is a cross section, times by the length or the height of the prism. Okay, length or the height. Right, let's have a look. So this will be cross section is a circle. So how do you find area of the circle? Is pi times r square. So this will be 3.14, which is pi. You've been told that before, times 10 squared, because radius is 10, which is 314 centimeters squared. So the volume is cross section area times by the length, which is 20. So 314 times 20, and whatever the answer is, 6280 centimeter cube is the volume of this cylinder. Cuboid, guys, so this is the face of the cuboid. That's a prism. It's a rectangular prism. So cross section is a rectangle. So cross section area is 10 times 6, which is 60 centimeters squared. So volume is cross section area times the length. Length, we're talking about that side now, the third dimension. Okay, it's a third dimension. So it will be 60, because we've used this face, that is the width of length of this, times 4, that is 240 centimeter cube, the volume. Okay, over here the cross section in this one is a triangle. So cross section area is base times height, so 8 times 3 divided by 2, which is 12. centimeters squared. Okay, then the volume will be cross-section area times by the length or the height of the prism. Third dimension, that is 12 times 10, 120 centimeter cube. Alright guys, you've learned now three things today in this video. You've learned how do we find area of the two-dimensional shapes, okay, which are volume is two-dimensional shape of this. So okay, so area, first of all we found out the area of the rectangles and triangle and square and the circle and trapezium. Okay, then area of the circle, I explained to you this pi times radius square, radius and diameter you understand. Radius is 5, the diameter for this triangle will be, this right circle will be 10. So we're going to be using these formulas. You're going to memorize these formulas. Then we did surface areas of 3D shapes, which is you find area of each of the surface, then add them all together. Then we worked out the volume of the prisms, which is area of the cross section times with the length or the height or the third dimension, which one is. So in a cylinder, cross section is a circle, area of the circle times by the length. In a cuboid, cross section is a rectangle, area of rectangle times by the third side, which you haven't used in this area. And for a triangular prism, area of the triangle times the third side of the length. Okay, thank you guys. With that, we finish this video and we'll prepare a worksheet for you to read. Okay, happy learning everyone. Bye.